Jai Hind everyone. My name is Vaibhav Mishra. I am your uh, founder and instructor at Point Training Academy. Today, again, I'm here to discuss about domain, what we call an embedded system, which is very popular in India. And there are a huge number of startups, small scale, medium scale, and large scale companies are developing the product using the microcontroller for power electronics, for consumer based applications, for transportations, for automotive, for building transportations, and you can think about anything with respect to the defense, aerospace application, etc., etc. Okay, but the biggest challenge, what I have seen in my experience, that as per my experience, that many of you knows embedded, right? You know that okay, this is a controller, this is the interface, and I have seen huge number of people are working on embedded side, like on robotics or drone. But ultimately, how many of you have converted the job into the job or in career? The biggest challenge, what is I found at student side is that they don't know how to crack the interview. Okay, because I'm not against anything. I let me clear you first thing because people are using those controllers which are generally are basically used for any experienced people. It is actually made for experienced people. But students who knows embedded, okay, they don't know how to optimize the code. First thing, okay, they don't know how to optimize the code because जितना आप कोड ऑप्टिमाइज लिखोगे उतना ज्यादा आपके कंपोनेंट उतना ज्यादा कंट्रोलर की कॉस्ट कम होगी. ओके सो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? यू हैव टू लर्न द बेस्ट ऑफ बेस्ट राइटिंग द कोड. ओके, कोड ऑप्टिमाइजेशन आपको सीखना पड़ेगा यूजिंग सी एंड एम्बेडेड्स, राइट? तो उसके लिए क्या आना चाहिए? सी. यू शुड बी प्रोफिशिएंट इन सी. देन जिस कंपनी का कंट्रोलर है उस कंपनी के कंट्रोलर के अकॉर्डिंग आपको उसका रजिस्ट्रेशन, उसका उसका रजिस्टर मैपिंग आना चाहिए. दैट वी कॉल अ एम्बेडेड सी. ओके, तो चैलेंज किधर है? चैलेंज इधर है कि कंट्रोलर को यूज करना इज नॉट ए चैलेंज. चैलेंज इज दैट कि हाउ टू राइट द ऑप्टिमाइज कोड. देन आफ्टर राइटिंग द ऑप्टिमाइज कोड with the best optimization code, you have to start thinking controlling those hardware. I can see that out of 10, एक या दो बच्चे मुझे मिलते हैं जो कहते हैं कि सर, आई नो द माइक्रो कंट्रोलर फ्रॉम रेनेसास, आई नो द माइक्रो कंट्रोलर फ्रॉम टीआई, आई नो द माइक्रो कंट्रोलर फ्रॉम एनएक्सपी, from from Atman. Okay, but out of 10, 8 and 9 people knows that they are using Arduino or Raspberry Pi. So basically, Arduino, Raspberry Pi, whatever the things people are using, they also have Arduino has a Atman microcontroller and they have a ARM processor. Okay, so if I'm asking what controller you have, they are they know that there is a Atman, but they don't know the complete part number or they don't know the complete architecture of the ARM. Okay, similarly, Raspberry Pi is one of its is a controller only. So yes, but what a student should know first? A student should know first how to write or how to write the optimized code of starting from LED, from LCD, from SSD, then some motor control, etc. etc. Okay, so basically the embedded start with simple writing the code of LEDs according to you, in what way you want. Okay. So thinking about those side, basically I started my journey in Pine with FPGA. Then I moved to the VLSI side. Then I left embedded sometime later on. Then again I've started embedded, but I focus embedded according to my experience because I know the industry, what exactly Indian industry is looking in any embedded guy. Okay. So respecting to that side, I have launched the summer training program on those respect that what exactly I want. Okay. So let me introduce you that in this summer, I'm going to start 30 days or 45 days summer training program on C, embedded C, and its interfaces. And somehow I will also give you the exposure of PCB design, which is not mentioned here, but yes, I will give you the exposure of PCB design, that how you should design the components on a green card. What you require, what knowledge you require, like what is symbol, what is footprint, what is routing, what is layout. Okay, so this is all comes under a hardware engineering. So if an engineer, suppose in my case, I am an engineer, I know how to design the board and I know how to program my board, then उससे better कोई नहीं होगा. But the challenge is that कि ये ये composition मिलना बहुत मुश्किल है. लोग मिलते ही नहीं है. Because some knows, some has a good in concept in programming, some is not good in programming. So जो बच्चा good in programming है वो फोकस करता है embedded side पे, जो बच्चा good in programming नहीं है वो फोकस करता है embedded hardware side पे. So what is my suggestion is that if you are good in programming, focus more on embedded but also learn the PCB design, because you are going to assist your company and you are at an advantage to your company, right? You are not going to be a burden. You are going to be an advantage of a company, and the manager will always be happy with you. You will be a best candidate for it. And if you know the hardware design, and if you learn the basic concept of programming, right, then आप अपना बोर्ड खुद भी टेस्ट कर सकते हो. This is what exactly industry is looking. But unfortunately, we have huge number of engineering college surrounding Delhi NCR. So this industry is not getting the right candidate. Why? Because everyone is looking for short term, everyone is looking to get a job as soon as possible, but no one is thinking about to make a career in this domain. We have a Bell, Bharat Electronics Limited. We have a HL. We have BHEL. We have so many PSUs and DRDOs. So there are a huge number of companies are supporting this Bell and PSUs. So what they need, what they are supporting? They are supporting on PCB design. They are supporting on hardware design. They are supporting on controller design. Okay, we have a Cell Electronics. We have CEL, Central Electronics Limited, which is developing the product for Indian Railways. So the problem is there, but solution is also there. Okay, so considering those things, I am coming up with my thought that what engineer should know at this stage. Okay, so again, internship always comes in picture. बहुत सारे बच्चे आके बोलते हैं सर मुझे इंटर्नशिप करना है, मुझे इंटर्नशिप करना है, मुझे इंटर्नशिप करना है. Okay, sir, will you provide an internship? If I know, okay, do you know? See, sir, I know little bit. Do you know embedded C? No, sir. Do you have experience of microcontroller? Sir, little bit. What you have done? Sir, I have used this Arduino. Which controller? Sir, I don't know. Which processor? Sir, I don't know. Then who will provide you the internship, my dear? Tell me. Okay, now come to the second thought. Okay, sir, I want to do internship. Do you know PCB design? No, sir. I learned in second year, third sem, in a black room. Okay, that is a PCB manufacturing, but not PCB design. Do you know how to design the symbol? Do you know how to design the footprint? Do you know layout? Do you know routing? No, sir. Then why you are expecting the internship? Internship is not is a burden for an engineer, right? For a people who is working there, who is getting salary. He is not there to train you, right? He is there to help you if you know something. So try to understand, internship is not a free thing. In internship, you have to give something to the company. That is, you are helping the company in designing something, either that product is going to be used or not. Then based on your performance, based on learning, you will get the chance to work in that company. But here, someone asks you that between summer, you have to do the internship. Now, exactly, you don't know anything, then why you are expecting internship? So, my dear, you have to learn before this summer, before this winter, that is embedded embedded C++, sub interfaces, etc. So this company which I mentioned here, like I take example of Verve Semi. Okay, Verve Semi has a separate team which is working on validation. Whatever the IC they are developing, you need they have an PCB designer. They basically bring that IC on board. तो उस बोर्ड पे चलाना है उस आईसी को, फिर टेस्ट करना है. Okay, so you need a Python language, you need a C language, you need to understand of embedded C language, and you should have understanding of the equipments. आपको लॉजिक एनालाइजर चलाना आता है? सर बीटेक में किया था. नहीं आता, कोई बात नहीं. आपको मल्टीमीटर देखना आता है? सर थोड़ा बहुत आता है. आपको शोल्डरिंग करना आता है? सर नहीं आता। तो फिर आप एक्सपेक्ट क्यों करते हो कि आपको कोई जॉब देगा? राइट? तो टू टू टेक द जॉब यू हैव टू लर्न दोस थिंग। कॉलेज नहीं पढ़ाता, कोई बात नहीं। डोंट स्टॉप, डोंट स्टार्ट ब्लेमिंग। ओके, हमें ब्लेम नहीं करना, बिकॉज सबके पास अपना काम है, सब अच्छा कर रहे हैं, कॉलेज भी अपना अच्छा कर रहा है, आपके पेरेंट्स भी अच्छा कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, सराउंडिंग में जितने भी लोग अच्छा कर रहे हैं, बट क्या आप अच्छा कर रहे हो? आपको पता है एम्बेडेड में जाने के लिए ये सीखना है, तो आप क्या कर रहे हो? आप नहीं सीख रहे, राइट? आप बस नोट्स बना रहे हो, उसको एग्जाम में जाके दे रहे हो, सेशनल कर रहे हो, सेमेस्टर कर रहे हो, और जब आपके पढ़ने का टाइम है, यू आर वेस्टिंग योर टाइम। कितने वीकेंड्स निकल जाते हैं। तो दिस इज ऑल यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड माय डियर। सो एम्बेडेड सबसे ज्यादा इंडिया में यूज किया हुआ डोमेन है, सबसे ज्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट्स एम्बेडेड की है। मोर देन 1,000 कंपनीज आर देयर इन दिल्ली, एनसीआर, ईस्ट एंड वेस्ट एंड सेंटर, फ्रॉम फ्रॉम एमपी to Rajasthan to here Odisha, and then go to the upper side. You will get huge number of companies working on embedded side and FPG and hardware side, because it is easy to develop the product on hardware side. Okay, so I just gave you one example. Now Circuit Sutra, just one example. Circuit Sutra always required a member or team members who has a good exposure on embedded side. ओके, हु हैज अ गुड एक्सपोजर ऑन माइक्रो प्रोसेसर साइड। वो लोग जिन्होंने हार्डवेयर पे काम करके आए हैं, ठीक है, उनको वो सर्किट सूत्र कैन गिव देम अ चांस एज एक्सपीरियंस पीपल और एज अ फ्रेशर आल्सो। बट यस, अगेन यू आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ इट, यू आर रनिंग फॉर द नॉन टेक जॉब which is easily available. Okay, you talk about Synopsys. Synopsys also has a team, has a domain known as System C. Circuit Sutra is working on System C. C is System C required a C and C++. Correct? So you don't know the C and C++, then how you are expecting the internship in here or here? Okay, so I have a huge number of examples which I can give, but I'm not here to give more information because we have very limited time. So I hope you understand that embedded and PCB or hardware design is very important domain. So if you know the things, at least कुछ इंटरफेसेस आपने चलाए होंगे, तो आपको कोई भी R&D कंपनी आपको मौका दे सकती है। इन 4th ईयर में आपको वो फुल टाइम ऑफर कर सकती है। ओके, तो देखते हैं कि कैसे आपको इन सब चीजों पर फोकस करना है। ओके, क्या सीखना चाहिए, व्हाट यू हैव टू लर्न, व्हाट बेसिक नॉलेज यू शुड टेक फ्रॉम योर सराउंडिंग। So, myself, Vaibhav Mishra, I am a founder and mentor at Pine Training Academy. I started this Pine in 2014, and I am from application side. In 2003, I completed my B.Tech. In 2004, I started learning the FPGA and from Vedant. So, the 2003, 2026, same situation. Unless and until you are not trained, you will not get a chance to work in the industry. Right? This is a core fact. Try to understand. 90 to 85% people are getting the job because of they are trained in some domain. Okay. So I was trained on some domain, so I got the job in application side. In 2014, I opened my R&D company, and to support that R&D company, I opened this training academy. So from this training academy, basically we want the resource in my R&D company, and later on it becomes my full-time passion job. Okay, so Pine means programming electronics, Kit says placement in electronics, and I say passion in electronics. Okay, so the core concept of Pine Training Academy is to provide the trained engineers to the industry at the level of freshers. Okay, entry level. Okay, so we start from first year, second year, third year. We help you to identify your domain, and then if you identify your domain in 4th year, usko पूरे साल करो, and then final year के बाद take the job. Okay, so this is our basically working objective at Pine Training Academy. I will discuss this later on. Okay, so as I mentioned, embedded. According to me, you should learn what you should learn on embedded side. Okay, I will go through one by one. Please be with me. Okay, don't feel bored. So, what is the embedded system? एम्बेडेड सिस्टम मीन्स कोई भी चीज ऑटोमेटिकली चल रही है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एम्बेडेड सिस्टम। ओके, टू रन दैट ऑटोमेटिकली यू नीड वन कंट्रोलर, जिसके पास मेमोरी में पहले से कुछ प्रोग्राम होगा जो इनपुट लेगा और आउटपुट देगा। फॉर एग्जाम्पल योर washing machine, you have to connect to the power and you have to on your tap, and once the tap is on, push the button, automatically it stop the water, start rotating, stop the water, start rotating, etc etc, and then finally वो पूरा पानी को ड्रेन आउट करके पूरा सूखा कपड़ा आपको दे देगा। So that is the real example of embedded. Okay, so embedded is based, so in that washing machine basically there is a controller which is at very low cost. Okay, and this application at very low frequency, not at very high frequency. आपने मेरे किसी वीडियोस में एफपीजीए के बारे में देखा होगा, सुना होगा, एफपीजीए विच स्टार्ट एट लो आल्सो एट हाई आल्सो, दैट इज इन गीगाहर्ट्ज और टेराहर्ट्ज, but controller is always work at kilohertz. Some controller is also available on megahertz also, but here mostly the controller is used for the low end applications. Okay, so I mentioned about the embedded applications, difference between general purpose and embedded systems, overview of hardware and software components, and introduction of microcontroller versus microprocessor. So this is what I'm going to cover in, or my teammates will cover in first module. I'm not here to teach everything, but I just giving you the basic exposure at what I'm going to cover it. Then module 2, C programming for embedded system. Very important. कोई भी कंट्रोलर बिना प्रोग्रामिंग के नहीं चलता है। पहले असेंबली था, उससे पहले कुछ और था, उससे पहले कुछ और था, तो असेंबली को रिप्लेस किया सी ने। ओके, सो यू शुड हैव अ वेरी गुड नॉलेज अबाउट सी एंड सी प्लस। अगर आपके पास सी नहीं है, आप कंट्रोलर को कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते। अगर आपको सी नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, तो यू शुड गो फॉर हार्डवेयर डिजाइन, दैट इज अ पीसीबी डिजाइन, और यू शुड गो फॉर एनालॉग, और यू शुड गो फॉर डीएफटी। अगर आपको प्रोग्रामिंग समझ में आ रहा है, देन यू आर राइट पर्सन फॉर FPGA, embedded, and design and verification of it. Okay, so basic of C programming: data types, operators, controllers, statement, functions, arrays, so pointers, memory, bitwise operators. So basically, this is what we are going to cover in a C section. So with the help of this C, you are able to use the controller with the help of the register which is available from the vendor side. Okay, our third module will be your microcontroller fundamentals. Like we will introduce about MCU architecture, what is difference between from 8-bit to 16-bit to 32-bit architecture, overview of popular MCU like ARM based or RISC based, register, memory, IO ports, and clock and reset system of any microcontrollers, right? Then embedded C programming, which is very important. Along with C, you have to build the concept in embedded C. तो मैंने स्टार्टिंग में बोला ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, इफ यू डोंट नो हाउ टू राइट द बेस्ट ऑप्टिमाइज कोड, you are not an embedded engineer. Copying and pasting and working, and this is not called an embedded. Okay, anyone can do this. A normal graduate without any technical or diploma degree, he or she can also do it. अगर उसको steps बता दिया जाए, right? So you have to basically write and optimize. You have to use your mind. So for that, you should understand what is C and then embedded C. Okay, then interfacing technique, right? यही चीज पूछी जाती है इंटरव्यू में कि कैसे सी एंड एम्बेडेड सी को हेल्प को यूज कर आप डिफरेंट इंटरफेसेस को चला सकते हैं। हाउ टू रन द कंट्रोलर इंटरफेसेस विद हेल्प ऑफ सी एंड एम्बेडेड सी। फॉर एग्जांपल एलईडी, स्विचेस, बजर्स, ओके, 7 सेगमेंट, then LCDs. Okay, timers, interrupts, timers concept, delay generation, interrupt handling, real-time event handling. So these are the basically some features of controller. So ये सब चीजें आपको basic levels पे आनी चाहिए. Once you know all these things, then only you will get a chance to enter in any industry. Now come to some advanced level of communication. CL communications like your UART and SPI I2C. Okay, अगर टाइम परमिट करेगा तो वी विल गो विद दिस एंड देन वी विल मेक सम रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट्स. So I am looking for the people who have a really interest in programming. Just किसी के कहने पर embedded domain को मत चूज करो. And if you want to work on embedded, please try to understand. If you want to work on embedded, you have to learn both things, embedded plus hardware. अगर आपका इंटरेस्ट पीसीबी डिजाइन में है, पीसीबी डिजाइन सीखो अच्छे से 80% 90%, बट थिंक अबाउट द एम्बेडेड प्रोग्रामिंग ऑल्सो, बिकॉज अगर आपने बोर्ड डिजाइन कर लिया तो आप उस पर बेसिक प्रोग्रामिंग करके देखो. एंड सिमिलरली अदर साइड, इफ यू आर गुड इन सी एंड एम्बेडेड सी, ठीक है, अच्छी बात है, बट थोड़े से बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट भी बोर्ड का सीखो, सो डेट आप अपना खुद का बोर्ड बना सको, लेआउट कर सको, सिंबल जनरेशन कर सको, फुटप्रिंट बना सको, राउटिंग कर सको. सो in this way I can say the person who knows both is a real ideal source for the industry. एंड अगेन, अगर ये सारी चीजें आपके रिज्यूमे में हैं, इफ यू आर डिस्प्लेइंग दोज थिंग्स in LinkedIn also, in terms of making the video and you're getting some output, I am 100% sure you just write a company name, okay, and you send your resume, you will definitely get a call. No one will stop you. But you have to make a resume, right? You don't have to make a shadi ka biodata. Okay, making the resume is also a skill, and justifying the resume is also a skill. You don't have to write your achievement, you don't have to write your extracurricular activities, all those non-technical things. You have to explain what projects you have made, what problem you have faced, how you have resolved it, what is your learning, then what skills you have in terms of EDA tools, sorry, in terms of tools, in terms of architecture, in terms of software, in terms of scripting, etc., etc. Okay, so if you have all these things, then you can build a bigger things like Linux, like RTOS. Then you can build a lot of things. But before that, you should be good in writing the code with help of C and embedded C. C and embedded C play a 90% role in any embedded engineering. Okay, so just playing with car and playing with drone and playing with your quadcopter is not embedded. Again, okay, that is one of the application. Okay, so take my words in very positive way. Purchase one board, start writing the code, purchase any Renaissance board, any TI board, any NXP board, or anything from AVR and ATML, and उसके छोटे छोटे LEDs को चलाना सीखो, switches को use करना सीखो, LEDs को अलग अलग पैटर्न पे चलाना सीखो. Then only I can say that you are a right path. Okay. So the program objective is designed to provide a strong fundamentals, hands-on exposure to embedded system through C programming, microcontroller interfacing, and real-time application. So what is my objective? To give you the exposure about C, embedded C, and interfaces, so that you can make a real-time projects. Tools, platform, embedded C compiler, any controller from TI, STM, AVR, and basic development kits, which either I will provide or you can get it. So what is the key takeaway from this summer training on embedded? A strong understanding of embedded system fundamentals. If I come and ask you difference between a microprocessor or microcontroller, very few points you can explain. But if you have a good exposure, you can give a 10 points. Hands-on experience with microcontroller. As I mentioned, start with LED and go up to the PWM, or go up to the UART, go up to the keypad, go up to the motor control. So this is all called hands-on experience. Ability to write embedded C programs. C, again, with the help of C, you should start controlling your interfaces with the help of embedded C. Understanding of interfacing and communication. What is communication protocol? What is UART? How SPI work? How I2C work? थोड़ा थोड़ा नॉलेज तो हम आपको दे ही सकते हैं, देन आप उसको बड़ा करो अपने फ्री टाइम में. डोंट सिट एंड एंजॉय, राइट? दैट प्रोजेक्ट बेस्ड लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस डेफिनेटली टाइम हो जाएगा सर्टिफिकेशन का, उसके बाद भी वी विल सपोर्ट यू इन योर डेवलपिंग द प्रोजेक्ट. ओके, सो बिफोर दैट let me, this is just a few pictures from the last few batches. So here how the students basically take the classes. I basically take them to as a industry exposure. Okay, industry visit in my R&D company, where my team member give you the exposure that that with the help of embedded controller and FPGA, how OJS is developing the product, and you will get a chance to go there and you will see that how people are working. Okay, then after completing the course, you have to basically give a certification test, and without the certification test, you are not eligible for the certification. That means I will not provide you the certificate. And in that certificate, I will provide you the marks also. Then in the last, we will do one get together, a small party where we have a group photo, and later on, you will get the certificate like this. And you can take the picture along with. Okay, and you can save it, and then we will have a anytime whenever you want a support from me or I want any support from you, we both are basically available for each other. Okay, so this is about journey, and then who can basically join? Anyone from pursuing second year, third year can join this training. Okay, then branch electronics and electrical engineering students can join this. Mode is totally offline. Okay, sorry, I have mentioned here online, but this embedded is totally offline because later or sooner you need a board. Okay, you need a development board. Basically, you have to perform everything on board. So this batch is not available online. Duration 45 days. Start from 28th of May to up to the 28 जून तक आप रजिस्ट्रेशन कर सकते हैं. अलग अलग बैचेस की डेट्स हैं. ओके, सो yes, there will be a fees also. This fees is 5,900, which is including your certification and everything. So if you are interested in embedded system design, okay, let's explore this in very few days. And if you are in third year, and if you follow me next 2 months, 3 months, definitely I can say that you can get opportunity from your own in nearby in any embedded and PCB companies. But you should have a technical resume and you should have to justify it. Okay, so this is all from my side. Let's meet. Give me a chance to help you. And definitely you will be rocking some days. Okay, so this is all from my side. Thank you. Jai Hind.